everybody, this is Jamie with everythingairplanes.com and welcome to the channel. I just want to take this time to thank everybody that's watching my YouTube channels and my Instagram feeds. I want to especially thank my Patreon members, my patrons, for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm just going to take this opportunity to give an update on what Everything Airplanes is planning for the next couple of weeks. I've got a trip planned for Florida starting on the 8th and going through the 15th or the 16th. And the main goal is to see and attend Sun and Fun. I was a little bit taken back when I found out that Sun and Fun doesn't start until Tuesday. And I decided to go down there early because I want to spend some time on the road visiting with some friends of mine and doing some museum visits along the way. So I'll leave here on the 8th and get down to Atlanta on the morning of the 9th. And I've contacted one of my friends, Steve Wages, who is the Director of Operations for the U.S. Army Aviation Heritage Foundation. If you go out to my YouTube channel, everythingairplanes.com, I did an interview with Steve a couple years ago when we met at Thunder Over Michigan, and he was kind enough to get me hooked up with a ride on one of the helicopters. And you can tell in the video that I was pretty excited about that. But I'm going to try and get with Steve and give a little bit of a more detailed view of their operations area and their headquarters down in Hampton, Georgia. And while I'm also down in Georgia, I'm going to try and see the new Georgia base for the Commemorative Air Force. It used to be the Dixie wing of the Commemorative Air Force at Peachtree City, Falcon Field. And I've got to call into them. I haven't heard back from them yet, so I'm kind of waiting to see what my itinerary is going to be. But I'll spend the night in Atlanta and then head down to Kennedy Space Center on Saturday. And I was down there a year or two ago, and it was a wonderful place to visit. I had a great tour of the Cape Canaveral Air Force Base and got to see the launch pad of, I think it was pad number 4 or 5, where they launched Alan Shepard into space, the first American into space. So that was pretty exciting for me. But I didn't get a chance to see most of the exhibits at the visitor center because I went on the tour. So I want to try and get that done and on Saturday. Maybe take a quick stop into the Valiant Air Museum, which is just outside of the Kennedy Space Center in Titusville. Valiant has got a pretty decent collection of airplanes there. But one of the reasons I want to stop is to try and get some more detailed pictures and a walk-around video of the North American XP-82, which I've also got a video of on my YouTube channel. So that'll take care of Saturday. And Sunday I'm planning on going to visit the Fantasy of Flight Museum owned by Kermit Weeks. I've found out that they have a Shorts Sunderland flying boat down there. And I don't think it's currently on display, but I'm going to try and get some phone calls made to see if I can get somebody to let me go out and videotape that airplane. I have a friend of mine who's going to be writing for Everything Airplanes soon, Peter Mull, who used to be with the Warbirds section of the EAA. And Peter used to manage the Whitman Whitman Airport up in Oshkosh, where Air Venture is located. So Peter's got a good history of being with the Warbirds, and he wants to do a piece or several articles on the Pan Am Clippers and that era of aviation and air travel. So I'm kind of excited about helping him out. Hopefully I can get back into the ramp where they keep the airplane and have somebody give me an escort out there and get some pictures for his articles. Then I want to get down to Sun and Fun, and I've already talked to the curator, Glenn Gallagher of the Florida Aviation Museum, and unfortunately Glenn told me that the Florida Aviation Museum is going to be closed from the 6th through middle of next month, I think, and they're doing an expansion and going and kind of cleaning house. But I did manage to get him to commit to an interview with Everything Airplanes. So hopefully later this summer I'll be able to get back down to Florida and get that interview done with Glenn and bring that to my Patreon supporters and ultimately on YouTube for the rest of everybody else to see. On the way back, I've got a special treat. There's a museum up in northeastern Tennessee that's got a unique experience up there. I'm not going to tell what it is right now, but I think my viewers will enjoy it. And I found this place on a website called roadsideamerica.com. And if you put it in the state that you're going to be going through, they have all sorts of crazy stuff like the world's biggest rocking chair or different cool museums that you might not think about going to, but if you're a half an hour out or an hour away from these places, it might be worth a stop to go and see some of these things. So hopefully I can bring that back to you. And then on the way home, I'm going to try and get to the Beechcraft Museum in Tullahoma, Tennessee, and see their collection of Stagger Wings down there. So I think I got all that covered. Let's see, for airplane visits. Other than that, I just got back from a visit down to Quincy, Illinois. And on my visit to Quincy, my older sister, who I was visiting, told me that about the pair of Su-27 Russian fighter jets that were on the field. I don't know a lot about these jets. I don't know a lot about Russian air power, but it was kind of cool. I always try to incorporate some kind of aviation outing when I go out and visit. Thought that it was very interesting. These aircraft look like they've been sitting for quite a while. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and try and figure out where they came from and who owns them and what they were here for and why they're currently parked at the Quincy Baldwin Field down in Quincy, Illinois. And I'll bring that story to you as soon as I find out a little bit more information. One of the other things I've been working on for quite a while now is bringing the story of Dale Kreitz, who was the first pilot to give me an airplane ride back in 1967 or 68. I can't remember for sure. But this is a picture of Dale on the, I think this is a Silver Streak that he built. But he also restored another airplane that's got historical significance for Wisconsin aviation. And that is the 1911 Curtiss Pusher that was purchased by a guy named John Kaminsky. Well, John Kaminsky was the first licensed pilot in Wisconsin in 1911, and he bought a Curtiss Pusher right after he graduated from school and was the first airplane to touch down at the airport that I usually fly out of. So, but Dale bought that airplane, the parts to it, back in 1958, 59, and restored it, and from the mid-60s up through the early 70s, he actually flew that airplane at some of the air shows that my dad took me to when I was a kid. So I was able to get to interview Dale's son, Dale Jr., and it was a great hour and a half interview that we had, and Dale gave me some real good insight into what his family went through and what his dad went through restoring the old airplane. And I was able to get a scrapbook full of stuff and scan most of the pictures and the articles, and it's a pretty interesting story. So look forward to bringing that to you guys. And again, it's part of my history. I have a very slim connection with the Curtiss Pusher airplanes because of my connection with Dale Kreitz giving me my first airplane ride as a kid. But as I've dug deeper into the history of it, it's really amazed me, and I'm really kind of stuck on telling the story now. So that's kind of where we're at. I hope to be starting my daily blog as early as maybe even tomorrow, and bring maybe 12 to 15 minutes of aviation, what happened significant in aviation on the particular day that I'm talking, or just open up a conversation for people that are listening, people that are viewing, to let them know that Everything Airplanes is going live now, and hopefully I have enough content to keep people interested and get some more supporters for my Patreon channel. So I hope everybody's doing good. Like I said, I just wanted to bring people up to speed on what Everything Airplanes is up to. I got a busy week, or a busy month next month, and I think it's going to be a busy summer trying to catch up on all the air shows and air museums that I missed out on last year because of the COVID-19 stuff. So I hope everybody's safe, and I look forward to bringing you this content. If you haven't gone out to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate you going out there and subscribing. It's everythingairplanes.com, and that's DOTCOM, and I might have it on this next slide. Forgive me for I'm still struggling to figure out this software on OBS. So, but I've got the website, the podcast, the Instagram. I don't have the YouTube channel on there. I'm gonna have to change that slide. There it is. Podcast, YouTube, everythingairplanes.com. That's DOTCOM on the back side of that. And I think I've got about 65 videos out there right now, but that's hopefully going to grow pretty quickly as I start the daily podcast, and hopefully I can get some more support for doing this full time. So if you haven't been out to my website, www.everythingairplanes.com, I'm trying to get it up to speed, and we're trying to add content every day. So hope you guys take advantage of that. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully I'll see you guys again tomorrow and have some more aviation, Everything Airplanes topics to talk about. Until then, I hope everybody's doing good and feeling well. Take care. God bless. And we'll talk to you then. This is Jamie from Everything Airplanes signing off. Thanks. Bye.